I mean, for New Zealand though, do they take any positives away from this series?
I think so, definitely. I think Santner's captaincy was overall somebody who led really well. He bowled brilliantly. And these are the two big positives for me. And I mean, I don't think I should say this, because Conway is somebody who's steady at all times and he's seeming to get better in every format with every game that he plays for New Zealand. But what is very, very obvious for me is the, alarming gap that a Southee and a Boult have with the rest of the medium pacers that come through. I think they are the biggest thorn in every team's flesh in an ICC tournament, because they are the ones who provide breakthroughs up front and bowl pretty well at the death. But when the conditions are slightly in favor for them, they do a phenomenal job. And that's where I think New Zealand's biggest alarming look would be when they look back at the team. The bowlers were definitely not able to produce anything close to what those two are able to produce over a period of time. And they've been around for close to a decade now. So it tells me that those two are players, when they do leave the game, there'll be a massive gap to fill. And the fact that Williamson didn't play in the ODIs, I think that batting-wise, it is a big miss for them. We keep speaking about Williamson and his strike rates. To an extent, it's probably justified in the ODI format of things. I think he's a very, very critical player for them. In the T20, it's a different picture altogether. But the one thing that's a standout is Boult and Southee. And this is the big question in international cricket as well. With so much international cricket being played, but with some of the players choosing to play franchisee cricket, and it's affecting the fact that their country's performances, when they play bilaterals, what is the future going to hold for international cricket is something that's going to be a big question mark for a lot of the Boults.
I think it might be interesting to see Lockie Ferguson's numbers when Boult and Southee are playing and when Boult and Southee are not playing. And when he's the lead player, because he's got to play a different role. When Boult and Southee are playing, if Matt Henry is playing, he's got a role. If Lockie Ferguson's playing, he's got a role. Now suddenly there's no Boult, there's no Southee. Do you want Lockie at the top? Do you want his space in the middle? But do you want his 2 overs at the death? But is Lockie ready for all that?
Yeah.
And they're going to miss Boult and Southee. That 2008 under-19 batch through wasn't Williamson, Southee, Boult all part of that
Bracewell.
team?
Yep.
And Bracewell as well. There you go. And Corey Anderson, I think, was part of it. And for us, Virat Kohli, Jadeja, that was a fertile batch.